News tonight, a massive manhunt underway in Orlando for an accused cop killer, 41-year-old Markeith Lloyd, on the run after someone pointed him out in a Walmart this morning. Sergeant Deborah Clayton tried to stop him, but police say Lloyd shot her and fled. She died as a result of wounds. Sheriff's Deputy Norman Lewis was later killed in a car crash while searching for Lloyd, who is also wanted in connection with the murder of his pregnant ex-girlfriend. Lloyd, considered armed and dangerous, a $60,000 reward has been offered for any information on his whereabouts. Joining us tonight, Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clark. Sheriff, great to have you with us. This is, heartbreaking. A 17-year-old officer, any law enforcement officer's murder is always tragic and inexplicable, it seems. But we're beginning exactly where we left off last year, in which the number of police officers, law enforcement officers shot and killed almost doubled. And here we go again.
Well, nobody should think that this stuff's going to end because the calendar year ends, and I know you're not saying that, but we've been in this pattern now, this increase in the deaths of law enforcement officers in the line of duty. Every time one of these happens, it just rips my heart out. I want to thank Fox News, Fox Business News, for shedding light on these horrific situations, unlike CNN and MSNBC, which might gloss over it. But here, look what we got here. And here's what I've read a lot about this situation during the course of the day. Here's what I'm not reading. That this scumbag black man shot and killed a law enforcement officer, a mother of two, for heaven's sakes. All right, but if a law enforcement officer shoots a black guy, that's one of the first things that's mentioned in any narrative. So, of course, my heart, thoughts, and prayers go out to the city of Orlando, the Orlando Police Department, but sometimes that's not enough. I look at what's going on with this president. Thank God we only have 11 days left in his administration, because he's been an echo chamber for this anti-cop sentiment that has given rise to this Black Lives Matter, where, previously suspects were content to outrun the police, just flee, stay hidden, on the run, on the loose, but now they're shooting first, as this individual did. Obama puts together this task force trying to transform the profession of policing. He has no idea what it's like to be a law enforcement officer and how fast these things can happen. He suggests that cops should engage in dialogue first. He suggests less than lethal options before they go to deadly force. How'd that work out for this Orlando police officer? It didn't. She didn't have a chance to engage in dialogue. She did what she's trained to do. She's a hero, for heaven's sakes. She fled after this individual when she was notified that this guy was wanted. This bastard, and I'm sorry, Lou, but this bastard shot and killed his pregnant girlfriend. This is an example of why sometimes, and it's lawful to do this, and it's justifiable and articulable, you shoot first and you ask questions later.
Yeah, it's stunning. And President Obama telling ABC News he's absolutely convinced that race relations in this country are better. And this, the president, who has not even discussed publicly the horrific crisis in Chicago. We're talking about 4,300 shootings, 762 people shot dead in Chicago. And he's talking about things are just terrific, as he endorses Black Lives Matter, talks all sorts of nonsense about law enforcement and social policy. It is maddening. And as you point out, there is some solace in the fact that only 11 days of this remain.
Well, look, he's hosted DeRay McKesson, that loon to the White House. People like Brittany Picknett, who he has on the 21st Century Task Force on Policing. She's a stone-cold cop hater herself. So you look at what he's done, and every time he's asked to talk about a law enforcement officer killed in the line of duty, he brings up this nonsense about stuff that has no research or data to support it, about police being mistreated as a culture within the profession of policing. I'm talking about young black males. There's no data or research to support that sort of thing. He went to the funeral of 5 Dallas police officers, and instead of just going there and expressing sympathy and empathy for what they were going through, he brings up this inane statement that it is reasonable for black parents to fear their kids coming in contact with law enforcement officers. He said that at the funeral of law enforcement officers, Lou. This is the kind of person he is. Ideology trumps everything for him. You know, division, it's an Alinsky tactic. He's capitalized on that politically. That's why I said, you know, the sooner this guy's gone, the better this country is going to be.
Sheriff David Clark, thanks for being with us tonight.
My pleasure, Lou.
Be sure to vote.